Podcast Mamas are back. We're kicking it off with Ryan. Here we go, Ryan. You just play loud and proud, my friend.
He's on his way to Mexico. Mom and Dad says what you gotta do. We don't care if you ain't tired. Take it from the one whom you so admired. It's bedtime for Ella Missy. Don't you cry or go and hiss it. No more games and no running around, 'cause we don't wanna hear another sound. Just take your bell and get tucked in and don't make us swear again and again and again.
Okay, welcome back. Happy holidays, everybody. This is Carly, and I am here with two lovely co-hosts today. We've got Chicagoland.
Hello, everyone. Nicole's in the house.
We have the lovely Lola.
Hello, everyone.
There's a little bit of a delay. I think it's because I'm in my office.
Welcome, everyone. It's okay. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yeah, happy holidays.
No, so surviving the holidays. Here we are on the 27th, and we've gotten through some Hanukkah time, and we've gotten through Christmas time, and we're getting ready to kick it off with the new year. How did everybody survive the last week and a half? How did it go for everybody?
Well, I feel like I survived barely. I feel like it was a hectic week leading up to it, like it always is. I feel like, I am not one of these people who is wrapped and ready to go by December 20th. With good reason. I have two children, but the reason is I really do. I don't know. I was ready to go. I was hosting on Christmas Eve. I lost a dear friend. We lost a dear friend, actually, Carly and I, unexpectedly. So I was very kind of mentally consumed by that during the week. I'm still feeling a little lost. We've had a couple losses in our own community this week as well. And so there's something about that around the holidays. I feel like it's always like that.
Yeah.
It's just like tough. And then my whole family wasn't together because my brother family was sick. So then, the older people in the family have anxiety about that, counting down the days together, family time can be so limited. You guys know all the things. I don't want to give a depressing podcast today, but yeah.
Well, I think that everybody's feeling a lot of the today and yesterday after all the rushing and the hustle and bustle. And then when you're thrown curveballs like death and sickness and just having to manage all of that when you were trying to prepare for this joyous time when not every part of your soul is very joyful because it's hard. So we were talking offline before we hopped online here, and Miss Laura, you had beautiful suggestion that never even occurred to me as we were kind of finishing up our chat about this loss of this friend of ours from elementary school, like kindergarten, who we've grown up with our whole life. I mean, I kind of disassociated with her, only connected through social media, but Nicole certainly was in touch with her more regularly. And so but I loved your suggestion. If you could share a little bit about, dealing with the grief and some suggestions just for toughness during the holiday season like that. It was a wonderful point you made.
Yeah, because I feel like the holidays, as much programming and marketing as there is out there, that they are just such a happy, joyous time. That's really not the case for most people. Whether it be they struggle with their families, or they're dealing with grief, or the holidays don't look like they do on Hallmark, and that's frustrating. So, I mean, personally, for me, Christmas has been really weird the past 7 years since my dad passed away. And, we've made some new routines and things, but it's still just blaringly obvious to me that there's a person missing, a very important person missing. And in the meantime, I've lost a lot of other people. And I've dealt with death since I was 5 years old. I won't go into it, but I've lost a lot of people in my life. So I'm used to the closure of funerals and things until 2020, when my grandma, who I was very close with, passed away, and we could not fly out to her funeral or didn't feel safe to or whatever. And so I was like, okay, this is really weird. She already lives in Ohio. It's already hard. Like, I feel like it was hard to feel that she was gone. It was just like, no, I'm just not picking up the phone to call her like I normally would because I don't normally see her, you know? So I was like, okay, how am I going to deal with this? I feel like this is my grandma. I feel like I have to honor her in some way, shape, or form. So there's this, and this is maybe only known to my family. If you're driving out Scottsdale Road towards Carefree here in Phoenix, on a corner, there is a rock formation that looks like a praying nun. And if I showed you a picture of it, you would see it. It's not like really not obvious. It's obvious. If you don't know where to look, you would never notice it. But it's been in my family forever. It's actually a grave site of family friends of ours. They scattered their son's ashes or husband's ashes. I can't remember the story, but it's it's honestly really beautiful. It's been built up around, but you can still get to it. Anyways, long story short, I was like, that's it. I'm going to go and I'm going to take pictures with the praying nun. I took my American Girl dolls with me because dolls were something that my grandma and I really uh, were passionate about and would play with together. And she bought me most of my American Girl doll stuff. So I took my dolls and we took pictures with the praying nun. I took my friend with me and she, photographed everything. And it just felt good and right. So I just recommend, if you're having a hard time finding closure and there's not a memorial or you're not able to attend something for whatever reason, I would, you know, bake their favorite dessert and share that, or go to their favorite restaurant, or find some sort of activity that to you speaks to who they are, and participate in that. And it really did help. It honestly helped.
I'm going to dress up like the
Yeah.
material girl
So I love
because
that.
to honor Carrie.
Um, it's so funny that you say that because this dear friend of mine, I went to school with her K through 12. So
Okay.
starting in kindergarten all the way
Wow.
through high school. So we both went to school in Chicago. So throughout all different things about reminds me of her, right? There's
Yeah.
lots.
Yeah.
So anyway, I love that because I think I'm going to have to honor her in a different way,
Yeah.
but anyway, this time of year, not only did we lose her this time of year, but like this is the time of year I always saw her. So it's
Oh.
like, you know what I mean? She'd been in town
Ooh, rough recording.
twice
Rough
now.
recording.
We'd get together. So I was talking about her the other day, and a
Right.
cardinal flew like outside my window on the couch I was
Awesome.
sitting on. So I'm receiving the
Yeah.
signals, and I know she's
Perfect.
there. But so Carly, you're having a good old Park Hill family Christmas. You have people in town, which wow, that's like next level for me because my family's all here. So no one is in my home.
Right.
So how's it going?
Well, I thank you for taking the spin because I was really getting weepy-eyed over here.
I know. No,
Holiday
it's tough.
season is crazy, and I have this weird thing about my brain where I thrive on people being around and lots of chaos. It really fills me up, but then I also crash hard. And it takes a little bit to recharge my battery, but I love it. I mean, I said to my sister-in-law who was staying with us, if I had a bigger house, I would just invite more people. So it's good that we probably don't, because if we had any other nook or any other cranny, I would find someone to come stay in it. Because I love waking up and the coffee's smelling through the house, and there's people talking, and there's sounds and energy, and yeah, I love it. And Ella actually loves it too. And here's a funny holiday piece about Ella. So my sister-in-law and my brother-in-law came to stay with us, and they do not have young children in their home. And my sister-in-law's never had a child, and she is extremely helpful with Ella, wonderful with Ella. However,
Aw.
Ella is like a puppy. You bring her home, you first meet her, and she's darling and wonderful, and it's the honeymoon phase. And
Let me guess, your sister-in-law's tank is a draining.
well, so
The
she
gas
left.
is running out of the tank.
They left within the time frame before the honeymoon ended, because today, folks, the honeymoon ended. Today, the poop hath hitteth the fanneth.
Oh no.
So, like, the attitude is
Oh.
Yeah.
back. She's pooping like a goose all over the house. And I turned to my father-in-law and my mother-in-law and I said, well, it's a shame Aunt Courtney and Uncle Blair couldn't experience this, because they only got a
Right.
small taste of the special needs life over here. Because it was legitimately like this honeymoon phase where it was fun and glorious. And Ella, she had her moments of kind of being a stinker. Like, as you guys have seen, if you've seen my Instagram post of our family photo at the church, we couldn't get Ella to uncross her arms and stop being a little
Oh, uh-huh.
sass.
Yeah.
So there was that piece of it, but then, these small windows don't give you the full picture of what it's like to live in this world, and
Yeah.
that reared its ugly head today. So here we are.
Oh,
Aunt Courtney and Uncle Blair are safely back in Santa Fe, but Grandma Ann and Papa Dick are
That's good.
getting to enjoy all the smells. Let's put it that way.
yeah. Oh, all the smells.
All the smells. So it's been fun. We did the wine advent calendar show, and that was a lot
Right.
of fun for Ella too, because she got to participate in that. I mean, her and I probably need to take our show on the road at some point here and just I'll
For
attach
sure.
a GoPro to myself and her, and we'll just see what we get from that.
And how much longer do you have guests in? I'm sorry, you might have already said that.
Well, Aunt Courtney and Uncle Blair left yesterday, and then Ann and Dick are headed down to Tucson either tomorrow or the next day. So we only have them for a little bit
Oh,
longer.
okay.
So we're enjoying the next 24 to 48 hours with them. But yeah, I mean, Miss Laura, any kind of fun stories you might have with your clientele that you can share without disclosing names? Maybe you've got a fun story or two from the holiday season.
Um, Nothing major. I did want to circle back around and note, I think that's such a good reminder of what you're saying about the honeymoon period. And as people are posting their perfect family photos, on Facebook, if yours doesn't look like that or you don't have one,
Yeah.
due to extenuating circumstances in my immediate family, we had a rough Christmas and I was unable to get a photo of even just the three of us. So,
And that's
it
real.
happens and
That's
that's real and
yeah.
it's fine. It doesn't mean there was any less love happening or those moments of joy, but you're just not going to see it online.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, we did a Christmas party with some clients several weeks ago. It was pretty early because Scottsdale didn't have any half days in
That's true.
December, really.
Yeah.
So, but we did, I found the cutest yet most realistic fake shaving kit online.
Oh my gosh.
And so we smothered the kids, boys and girls' faces in shaving cream, and they shaved Santa's beard off their faces,
That is
which was
adorable.
so fun, especially for the girls
Yeah.
who've watched their dads do it or whatever and are
Yeah.
obviously never going to have that experience. They loved it. Um, that was really cool. And just kind of helping kids, make ornaments and pick
Yeah.
out gifts for their friends and their family, make Christmas cards. I
The
mean, you talk
Christmas
about the
cards is a lot of fun. That's really neat to
Christmas
see
cards is a lot of fun.
connection because that's the
Yeah.
connection, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And just even the social component, we've got these two boys that they're each one of my clients, and then we get them together from time to time and do these play dates and work on social skills. So just practicing, like, we're going to buy a gift for this person, and then we're going to
Yeah.
wrap it, and then we're going to exchange it. And, just kind of going through all those motions and trying to get them to understand what's happening and why we're doing this. And
Gosh, and that's where your services are truly, truly invaluable. It truly invaluable. I mean, when you had been working for us over those couple of years doing the homeschool program, it
yeah.
was wonderful that you took Ella shopping to go and pick out Christmas gifts for
Yeah, it's
everybody. And
important,
yeah,
it's important. And especially with Ella, who really knows the people in her life and loves hard the people in her life,
yes,
it's important for her to take some initiative in
yeah.
that.
No, very extremely true, extremely true. My mother-in-law and I were just talking. Ella loves to be in charge of something. She loves to take care of something. She really
Yes.
wants to have that ownership in that she's in control of something, be it laundry, be it just wrapping a gift, anything. She loves to be
Right.
help and be a part of it. So I know that for us moms, it can be very easy, much easier for us to just do it, right? Like no
Yep.
fuss, no
Yep.
muss, no mess. We just do it.
Right.
But we lose the value in the experience when we take that away from our kids with special needs or not. Having them be a
Yeah.
participant in all of the baking and the shopping and the wrapping. There's a level of education
Exactly.
there. There's a level of ownership and
Yeah.
responsibility, and that's such a true statement. It's a really good skill to learn. So there's so much value in you teaching that with your business, with your services that you
Right.
offer.
Right. Well, and then they get to appreciate, especially the neurotypicals, get to appreciate the amount of time and effort that their parents have put in year after year to pull Christmas
Yeah,
off. I think that's like one of the biggest eye-opening things as you grow older, like how much it actually takes. Like as a kid, you just take all that
for
Christmas
granted.
magic for granted.
Yeah,
And you don't realize the hours and hours and hours that go into making that all happen.
yeah. No, it's
So,
it's it's so so true. I saw a post from a friend of mine with a son who is a runner, and she bought him a treadmill for Christmas this year,
nice.
which I thought was brilliant, right?
Yes.
So at least she can keep him contained and he can get all of his energy out in one safe space.
There
So
you go.
whatever your tricks of the trade are to keep your kiddos happy, you just got to get creative.
Yeah.
And now we'll be rolling into the new year. So, what do you do with some of these kids for the new year? Anything? I mean, are you typically off this time of year, Laura?
Yeah. So I typically take about 2 weeks around Christmas. My dates might not be the exact same as when the kiddos are in school and whatnot. But yeah, usually my brother's in town, and this is typically the only time out of the entire year I get to see him, so I prioritize that. And same with some friends that are only in town this time of year. So yeah, I'm off. I was off a couple days last week, and this entire week I'll go back on the 2nd. And it'll be different this year because most of my clients are in Scottsdale, and Scottsdale will not be back to work that week or to school that week. So I'm sure the parents are thrilled that I am coming because
Yes, I am
their
sure.
kids are home. And so we're just it's their winter break. We're gonna play. We're probably gonna go to a movie, practice being in the theater.
Yeah.
We'll just kind of chill out, maybe write some thank yous for our Christmas gifts.
Love
Just
that.
kind of work on that transition and preparing back to school.
I feel like that's probably a hard transition. I mean, like I mentioned earlier, I feel like this time of year is challenging in general for me. And then that really, especially in Chicago, just kind of the weather. January is like a very drab month anyway. But just that transitioning back into the winter, just trying to get back into the groove in January.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's hard for all of us. I
Yeah.
think, the Gregorian calendar that we all follow is really backwards. I was going to put another word in front of it, but I won't for the podcast. But this is society wants you to ramp it up, make your goals, get to the gym, let's go time. It's a new year. Let's hit the ground running. And we're still in midwinter. Like we're still in hibernation if you're out in nature. So there's no reason to
start
hit
rushing
the ground running.
Yeah.
Just, if you need to tiptoe into the new year, that's how I do it every year. I just kind of go with the flow because even out here in Phoenix, where it's typically sunny every day, January is a really weird month. It's sort of like the entire month is a transition kind of into the new year. So
I agree. That's a good
go
way to
slow
look at
and take your time and do what's right for you and your family. There's no need to.
Well, I mean, it is challenging for us West Coasters in the Southwest, right? With getting back to it after having these couple of weeks off, sleeping in, eating, drinking, being merry, or whatever we did, right? But I can't imagine how these cold weather states, when you have to wake up and get back to it in the cold like that, because that is super challenging, Nicole. This is the one time where I will take.
Yeah, but we've been actually pretty lucky here because, to be honest, it's been mild. It's been pretty mild here.
Oh, good.
So we are lucky in that sense. I will say that right now.
Yeah.
I have a visitor.
That's great. I think
Hello.
Oh boy. Hi, Bean.
Hi.
Oh, she just left.
Oh, she left.
She wants no part of the story today.
She's walking like a little old lady.
Not want to visit.
She's not visiting. She's too worried about her phone not working. It's catastrophic. But she's walking like a little old lady because she got a new site and she's got my mom's tracksuit on.
Oh my God.
Oh gosh.
It looks like.
Oh boy.
Oh, she's killing me. She's so funny. I'm sorry. Please continue. What were you saying?
Oh, I don't even know. I don't think I was saying anything of that much importance, actually.
Well,
no, and if it is cold and there is snow and you can take advantage, I feel like most of the plans have come and gone now. So, if you can take the kids sledding on the weekend and just be present or go ice skating.
Oh, we have no snow. That's the part of the problem. It's like drab winter. Like it really is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That does pose a challenge. Yeah, you don't even have anything pretty going on there. No. It's just cold. I know. And I've said this about being in those cold weather states. I love it up until the holidays are over, and then you got to get through the drab cold winter, and it's depressing. Well, I guess it's time for a visit to Arizona.
But again, lasts till April.
Yeah, very true.
There you go.
Right. But again, you've got to remember that, it is here right now. It's just drab. Okay. But we know what's coming. It's not going to be mild. So for us, it doesn't like pass in January. It is like, hopefully by April, things are looking up.
Yeah.
It's a long winter in Chicago. It's very long. But that being said, again, gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. It's been super, super mild. Unfortunately for us, that means it doesn't even feel like Christmas. It's like rainy, like so.
Right.
But anyway, that's okay. Hi, Ella. Are you saying hi to us yet, honey?
Nope, she took off. She meandered somewhere to have someone help her fix her phone because it's not working. I love when she says things like this. She's learned from Hannah a few liners that are new, like "I love you so much." Like everything is
Aww.
so much now, which is really really cute.
Oh my God.
Or I miss you so much. It's really really cute how she's adopted the so much, and to hear her enunciate
Yeah.
this so much, Ryan would be very proud.
That's great.
Well, we are almost out of time here, folks. So, it's wonderful that this goes by so fast, but we're at 27 minutes. So I think it would be great if we could all end with something to be hopeful, grateful, and thankful for as we close out 2023 and start a new year. So I'll start. I am hopeful for an easier year with Ella's incontinence. I am grateful when she is able to take care of it herself because of all the things, all the attitude, all the stomping, all of the difficulties presented. That is the one piece of my life I wish I could fix, and of her life, of course. But I am grateful that she is becoming more and more capable of managing it herself. And then I am hopeful for a year of just health and safety and maybe a little bit of fun travel. I'll pass it to
So
you.
I'm ending with things I'm hopeful and grateful for. Was there a third thing?
Hopeful, grateful, thankful. It's kind of the same.
Okay.
Kind of two of the same. But
I was going to say that's kind of the same, but okay. So I am hopeful that I will have a year full of good health and decisiveness. My word for the year is decisive. I feel like I am not a great decision maker. And when I say that, I want to be decisive and be confident in those decisions. Go. And I am grateful that I have lasting, long-term relationships in my life, both family and friends. And I'm thankful that I'm here and get to experience and cherish those relationships.
That's a good one.
I love that.
Yeah.
I am thankful, hopeful, and grateful and excited. I'm lumping all of these into one because I just held my second live event for my women's group and it was amazing. And Hannah came and loved it. And I was so scared to start out on this journey 6 months ago. And I just thought, heck with it. I'm not going to let my anxiety get the best of me on this one. And we have a text message thread of 9 women that have been extremely active all throughout December, really supporting each other, cheering each other on. And it's just been incredible. It's been the best thing that came out of 2023.
Awesome.
So I'm really excited to see where that goes and just grateful for the friendships and the connections that are happening in there. And it's just really amazing.
Miss Laura, do you want to extrapolate on a little bit how you have this new, it's been in the works since last spring, perhaps?
I started it in June.
Okay.
Yeah, I started in June. I just decided there's a lot of us women out there that tend to feel like we're on an island. That's usually not the reality. We usually have lots of friends around us, but in our day-to-day lives, if we're not good at reaching out, or we feel like we can't, or we don't want to ask for help for whatever reason, because we feel like we got to do it all and be it all and whatever, and that's just unrealistic. And so I thought, I'm sure there's a lot of other women feeling the same way on many different topics, whether it be motherhood or it's basically what you're doing here. You've created this podcast and you talk about your life and Ella's, but it's because there's other mothers out there that have the same, themes going on in their lives, and how helpful it is to be able to relate to that, and support each other in it. And so I just started holding like monthly Zooms, which turned into bi-monthly, which turned into weekly during the holidays. I've hosted 2 live events now, both of which have been successful. I've got hordes of ideas for the new year. So yeah, it's just been really amazing.
That's incredible. And this is all just providing the safe space for women to share and feel connected and supported.
Yeah, show up as you are. There's no pretense here. It's just come as you are and ask for what you need and vent what you need, and it's okay. It's all okay.
I love it. I love it. And maybe if you want to send me a little bit.
I'm so happy for you.
I know.
Thanks.
If you want to send me a link or something that I can put in the description of this podcast to drive people over there, that would be helpful.
Sure. I don't have an exact space for it yet, but if you want to follow me on Instagram, I post when the Zooms are going to be and when the live events are going to be. I do all the, kind of marketing through there, because to me, that is me. I am the self-care person. I am the supporter. So
but your handle is all the same. It's Miss.
But my handle's all the same. Yep.
Okay.
It's my regular Instagram that, you follow me on. So.
Okay. Okay,
yeah.
We'll have to do that. All right, everyone. Well, as we usually do, we're going to close out with Ryan singing his tune, and we're going to see you all next week, or hear you all next week. So, Ryan, go ahead and close out our episode here, and remember, everyone, to be thankful, grateful, and hopeful, right, Nick?
Yes, all of those things. Take a minute each day to be thankful, grateful, hopeful for something.
I love that. Peace out, everyone.